response to the video where I was telling you guys the story about the client who came to me for 8 years straight and how I did a spiritual reading on her because I have the gift of being able to see into people's past, present, or future, and also being able to read timelines and read people's thoughts. And over the 8 years, she went from having her soulmate in her first timeline to the soulmate not being in her timeline at all. None of her timelines did I see her soulmate or her kids that were once there because she hesitated on choosing herself. And because of that, she literally eliminated this experience that was in her vortex, that was there for her to enjoy and experience. Beautiful Diva asked me, well, what about those of us who actually don't have the money? Like, we want to take the step, but we don't have the money. And for those of you who feel this way, this video is for you. If you don't, then just keep scrolling, ma'am. Okay, this is not the video for you. I am well aware that many people watch a lot of my content and they get more value from my content than they do from highly priced paid courses. And I designed that for a reason, because this is a passion project of mine. However, my free content is not meant to get you to the point of what my programs are designed to get you to. And that's to your dream life and love experience. That's to you living your ultimate life, not just getting by, not just good enough, not just finding the man, because the man is not the prize, honey bunches. The man is a side effect to you becoming the best version of you, to you healing your love blocks, to you increasing your feminine energy, to you going through the Diva love formula. That's what gets you the more money. That's what gets you the dream life. That's what gets you just attracting money instead of you having to go after the bag. That's what gets you that man that's willing to pour into you, do for you, and love you for life, where you're like 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, and you are falling deeper in love and happily married. The point of my programs isn't just to get you married. It's to not only find you somebody, but to allow that somebody to be a high quality somebody, and you stay married for a lifetime. So you're doing the upfront work by investing the time, energy, and investment in yourself so that you can get the back end benefit. Because when a lot of people cut corners and they just get free, it's like, oh yeah, you're going to get the value, but you're not going to get what you could have gotten if you would have chosen yourself. You might not have even gotten enough so that you can have a whole healthy relationship that is soul fulfilling. You might not have gotten enough so that you can be able to attract a romantic best friend. And I mean somebody for a lifetime that's fulfilling you. Most likely, most of the people that's watching my videos aren't in that place, because the statistics show that over 70% of the population are in relationships that aren't fulfilling. Okay? The divorce rate is at 50%. Of the 50%, only 50% of them are satisfied. And of the satisfied people, only half of them are fully satisfied. There's this misperception that our services are unaffordable. So I am so glad that you have posted this. And I'm going to tell you something that is going to be a bit spiritual, that's going to be a bit deep. So if you're the type of person that feels like this is going to be too woo-woo and that's too much for you, then you're probably going to want to scroll along. I started off on food stamps. I was homeless. And it wasn't until I saw a Tony Robbins advertisement when I said that I can't live like this. I had a daughter. We finally moved out from sleeping in my car to moving into a 1-bedroom basement apartment. And I said I wanted more for her. So I saw Tony Robbins on TV. It was like $1,400 to get a ticket to one of his events. It was one event. $1,400 back in those days was easily like about $6,000, $7,000, right? Especially for somebody who was on food stamps. And in my mind, I said, I'm going, period. I have to go. I felt like if once I went, it would change my life. And surely it changed my life. And that's what started my journey to being able to invest in myself. What I found is for people who were self-made, people who were able to experience turmoil, who were able to come from nothing to build something, it was something about when they stepped off the cliff. They didn't know where they were going to land. They took the jump because something in their spirit said to jump, and they trusted that a way would be made. For our clients that come to us and they're like, listen, I'm having money problems, because when you have love blocks, you're going to have money blocks. And that happens often. And they're like, I really want to do this. I'm going to do it. Tell me, how can I do it? When they ask for our help and they're like, tell me, how can I do it? Then I'm like, bingo. I know you're going to get success. We've never had one woman that we've worked with that has followed our instructions, was coachable, and did not get the results, did not get the success that she was looking for. And that's why when you go to my podcast, you'll see that over and over again, the women say that, Shay, not only was it worth it, you really undercharge. Because even at my price point, they still saw the value and they said that it was worth more than the money that they invested. These women stick with us. They continue to invest in themselves year after year, realizing that investing in them, getting coaching, is a lifetime investment. That's something that you budget for, because just like any perfect garden, weeds are going to grow up and you're constantly wanting to elevate to the next level. As you make money and the money starts to increase, you're going to want to make more money. As you experience love, you're going to want that love to deepen and you want it to go to the next level. As you start to work on your mind, as you start to work on your thinking and the way you're feeling, you're going to want to elevate. That's just human nature. So our clients build this community where it's a sisterhood, it's a divahood, where they support, they love each other and pour into each other, and they continue to make the money that just comes to them out of nowhere. Like a lot of people who end up investing in themselves, they say money just comes. And a lot of people don't know that we work with a firm. Like, we have funding partners to help you to invest in the number one investment, which is you. So this is what we found. When somebody had this, no matter what, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to make it happen, then they were amazing clients to work with. They figured it out, they invested in themselves. And because they invested in themselves, they were invested. There's something about when you pay, people pay attention. Because at one point, I used to do this for free. As a matter of fact, I would do this. I would do this as God. I would do this for free if I know that people would get results. And I started off at $199 and nobody would sign up. Then I raised my price to $1,900 and some people signed up, but they didn't stick with it. Then I raised it to $5,000. Then some people stuck with it, but not many people got results. And as I raised the price, what I found is not only did people stick with it, not only were people invested, but they kept getting better results. Their life improved. They made more money. They attracted more quality relationships. And they were thanking me for giving them the opportunity to invest in themselves and invest the energy, because all money is energy. It's not real. They were investing the energy that allowed for exponentially to come back to them. And so that's the reason why our prices are priced the way they are, and it benefits you for it to be priced the way it is. And instead of saying in your mind, I can't afford it, I would remove those words out of my vocabulary. In order for me to go from food stamps to fortune, I remove certain words out of my vocabulary. I remove the thinking of the limitation of what I could or couldn't do. And because I declared it as it was, because I was like, well, let me start where I'm at. I'm going to figure it out. Then God always made a way always showed up. And that's how our agency works. We will start where you are. When you have your mind set up that I want the help, I'm willing to take this step, we work with you. A way is made. We're going to plan with you. It's a process. It's not a sprint. It's a journey. I'm going to touch and agree with you to see you abundant. I'm going to touch and agree and see you with your romantic best friend. I'm going to touch and agree with all the people who are meant to work with me shall see this video and it will speak to their spirit, and they're going to be willing to take the step in choosing themselves. And as they're doing that, God is already making a way, because the desired future is already unfolded for you. That's what I'm going to do. And if you want my help, I am here, baby. I will be glad to sit front row and see your transformation and be part of your healing journey. And if you want to start that today, go to lovemappingcall.com so that you can sit down with one of my specialists and they can see what is blocking you from the love that you want. And we can create a path starting where you are to helping you to get to where you want to go. Your dream life and love experience full of happiness, abundance, and love. I'll see you on the inside.